In the summer of 2011, Jamie Vardy signed for Fleetwood Town. Vardy was a part-time factory worker and part-time footballer playing in the Conference League, which is now the National League, and nobody had heard of him. Vardy spent one season at Fleetwood, helping them make history as his 31 goals helped them win the title and make it to the Football League for the first ever time. Vardy signed for Leicester at the start of the 2012-13 season, and the rest is history. Fast forward to 2025, and the story of Jamie Vardy is one of the most well-known stories in world football. He is undoubtedly a football legend, and without a doubt, football's biggest bargain. In his first season for Leicester, he only scored 5 times in 29 matches, and at the end of the season, Vardy actually considered leaving football full stop until manager Nigel Pearson and a Leicester City assistant manager convinced him to carry on playing. However, in his second season, Vardy really started to show what it was all about, as he scored 16 goals as Leicester City were promoted from the Championship to the Premier League. In Leicester's first season back in the Premier League, they looked like they were doomed. They were sat bottom of the league pretty much until April 2015. In April 2015, Leicester City sat bottom of the Premier League with 9 games to go. But what happened next was truly remarkable. Despite only winning 4 games all season, Leicester won 7 of their final 9 and completed the Great Escape, finishing 14th in the Premier League. But Leicester and Vardy were just getting started, because in the 2015-16 season, Leicester defied all odds. In fact, they defied 5,000 to 1 odds as they won the Premier League. Now, this season was magical for so many moments, especially for Jamie Vardy. I mean, where do we even start? First of all, Jamie Vardy finished the season on 24 goals, only 1 goal behind Harry Kane, who went on to win the Golden Boot. Vardy was also selected in the PFA Team of the Year, which actually saw 4 Leicester players chosen. Vardy was also named Writers' Football of the Year and even the Barclays Premier League Player of the Season. And to top it off, Vardy was actually in the rankings for the Ballon d'Or. And it doesn't stop there, because in November 2015, he became only the 5th player in Premier League history to get Player of the Month consecutively. I mean, he also scored some unbelievable goals. I mean, that volley against Liverpool has to be one of the best Premier League goals of all time. But the most important and most impressive record that Jamie Vardy set was the consecutive goals. Jamie Vardy scored in 11 straight matches to beat Ruud van Nistelrooy's record of 10 straight matches, and to be honest, this is going to be a really hard record to beat. So for Leicester City and Jamie Vardy, the 2015-16 season will never be forgotten. Now, the following season, Vardy did okay. Of course, Leicester was in the Champions League as they won the Premier League, and he did actually score a few important goals in the Champions League as well, as Leicester made it all the way to the quarter-final before losing 2-1 to Atletico Madrid. He's finished that season on 16 goals from 48, which isn't bad at all. The following 2 seasons, Vardy did pretty well, again scoring 20 goals in 37 matches in the 17-18 season and 18 goals in 34 games in the 18-19 season. And he actually won BBC Goal of the Season for the 17-18 season for an unbelievable goal against West Bromwich Albion. Now, in October 2019, Jamie Vardy scored a hat-trick as Leicester beat Southampton 9-0, and this meant that Vardy had now scored over 100 goals in the Premier League. Vardy finished the season on 23 goals, and he won the Premier League Golden Boot for the first time in his career. Now, ahead of the 2021 season, Vardy signed another contract at Leicester until June 2023, meaning he would spend 11 years total at the club at the end of that contract. And this season again for Leicester was magical. Vardy scored 15 goals in 34 appearances and helped Leicester reach their FA Cup final. This also meant that Jamie Vardy was the first ever player to play in every round, and yes, I mean every single round of the FA Cup. Now, Leicester made history as they beat Chelsea 1-0, meaning they won the FA Cup for the first time. And before the start of the 21-22 season, Leicester City added to their silverware as they beat Manchester City in the Community Shield. Now, Vardy again showed he could still do it. Vardy had a few injury problems ahead of the 21-22 season, but he still managed to score 15 goals in 25 matches in the Premier League. And to be fair, he was 35 at this point, so he was still banging out goals for fun despite his age. Now, the 22-23 season for Leicester was horrible. Leicester were in a relegation fight pretty much the whole season, and Vardy actually said that if Leicester stayed up, it would be the biggest achievement of his career. However, despite all their efforts, Leicester City were relegated as they finished 18th in the Premier League, with Vardy only scoring 3 goals in 37 matches. Now, with Johnny Evans leaving Leicester, Jamie Vardy was named captain for the 23-24 championship season. Leicester threw absolutely everything, including a lot of money, to get back to the Premier League, and they did it. Vardy scored 18 goals as Leicester City won the championship and reached the Premier League again on the first time of asking. Now, last season, the 24-25 season, was kind of beautiful for Jamie Vardy. I know Leicester got relegated, but Vardy announced in April that he would leave Leicester at the end of the season. He finished the season on 9 goals in 35 matches. For a 38-year-old, that's not bad. But I want to talk about his last goal for Leicester. So Vardy's last game for Leicester was against Ipswich on the 18th of May. Now, this wasn't actually the last game of the season, but Leicester said they kind of wanted to end it on a beautiful kind of game, and they decided not to play him in the last match of the season because they're away. They said that he deserves his final match to be at home. And it's actually kind of beautiful because, first of all, it was a proper send-off, and second of all, it meant that his final match for Leicester was on the exact date that he signed for Leicester 13 years before. This also meant that it was Jamie Vardy's 500th game for Leicester. And to top it all off, Vardy sat on 199 goals for Leicester, so if somehow he scored, it would be beautiful. Now, football has a reputation of giving us really beautiful moments, and Vardy scored on the 28th minute. Vardy came off as a sub on the 80th minute, receiving a standing ovation from every single person in the stadium. And I mean, what a beautiful way to end your career for Leicester City. Now, in terms of what's next for Jamie Vardy, I don't actually know. He wants to stay in the Premier League. He won't be playing for like a big team, maybe someone like Wolves or one of the promoted teams, but he's made it clear he doesn't want to retire. Now, when it comes to bargains in the Premier League, in my era, you know, you've got the likes of Vincent Kompany, you've got N'Golo Kante, you've got players like Cesar Azpilicueta, but nobody comes close to Jamie Vardy. Jamie Vardy won the Premier League, he won the FA Cup, he won the Community Shield, and he won the Championship twice. Vardy helped Leicester give their fans so many moments that they will never ever forget, including the biggest shock of all in the 2015-16 season. So Jamie Vardy, he is the Premier League's biggest bargain. But guys, let me know, what do you think is next for Jamie Vardy? Where do you think he will play? Do you think he will go abroad, or do you think he will stay in England? Let me know in the comments below. But yeah, guys, if you did enjoy this video, then please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel while you're here. I would really appreciate it. But yeah, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day. It really does mean a lot. Make sure you stick around, and I promise you won't regret it.